Today we're going to have a look at vibrato. So we're going to come back to an exercise just on our breathing to start with. So we're going to put our hands in our chest. I'm going to take on our diaphragm, on our stomach. We're going to take a breath in and feel our hands go out and our stomach go out. And then breathe out. We're going to do this a few times, or I'd like you to pause and do it a few times. And then each time, I'd like you to take a breath in and take an even longer breath out. So take a really slow breath out and see how long you can do it for without feeling tense. I don't want really tense, just a nice breath out. Then, once you've done that a little bit, we're going to take a breath in and breathe out, but have a little bounce of the stomach. So what's happening is I'm not breathing in, I'm not going, but it's a little bit as if I'm doing that, just a little bit. So just breathing out in pulses, and they're quite slow, Take a pause, do that a few times, and really get into the feel of having that. And it helps a little bit if you bend your knees instead of having nice and locked. You don't have as much control. If you bend your knees, then you have a bit more control over your diaphragm. So once you've done that, so have a pause, do that. And then we're going to do it a little bit quicker. So I hope you can hear what I'm doing with my breath, because it's going in little pulses, just like it was with the slower ones, but go a little bit faster. It's okay if it's not quite working and it feels quite difficult to do because you might not have the full control over your diaphragm. Just over the week, have a try of doing this a few times. So yeah, have a pause, try and do it a little bit faster. It's okay if it doesn't quite work and it doesn't go very fast or it feels very awkward. I just like you to have a bit of a go. So hopefully you've had a pause and done that. We're now going to get out the flute. It's okay if whatever your sound is doesn't sound like what I'm doing, because all of our bodies work differently, and this is just building the blocks, like the beginning, to see, okay, this is where we start. You're starting to get the motion of what to do and how it might feel, even if it doesn't quite sound right yet. So we're going to play a C, and we're going to think back to this, the bounces that we were doing before, the slightly faster ones, and try and do that into the flute. So it might sound a bit like this. I'm also exaggerating a little bit what I'm doing with my stomach, but yeah, have a go of that, sort of take a bit of a pause, and yeah, see exactly what's happening. It's okay if yours doesn't sound exactly like mine. What we're aiming for is for you to feel how it feels, and what I really want you to try and aim for is to have the sound change in pitch, go up and down. So if you have a tuning machine, turn that on and just try and just mostly using your diaphragm. Definitely do not roll the flute in and out. That's not going to go very well for you. So mostly just using the diaphragm, but it's okay if some other things a bit higher up get a bit involved. I just want the pitch to go up and down. Again, it's okay if it sounds really slow, it sounds really awful, if it sounds kind of like that, that doesn't sound great, but it means that you're getting the idea, And then take it a little bit faster if you can. So have a pause and go through that. Okay, great. I hope, again, it's okay if it didn't sound amazing. We're just trying to get some things going. So now let's try it on a different note. C is fairly easy to get going. Let's try it on a slightly higher note. Let's pick A. So yeah, again, we want to mostly focus on the stomach. It's okay if it creeps up a little bit or it's not really strong here. Again, really do not do anything with the flute. If you can feel your throat tightening, just sort of put the flute down. Just really get the air flowing quite clearly. Yeah, so have a go on the A now. Again, it's okay if it sounds really slow and really, doesn't sound very good. The idea is to put this in place to keep going a little bit later. So have a go. Alright, hopefully that's going okay. Again, if it's not going super well and it's feeling really difficult, feel free to sort of pause, stop, come back to this at like another day once it feels a little bit clearer and more easy to do. But if that's sounding okay, not super fantastic, but okay, you can understand what's happening and it feels like you're basically doing the right thing. We're now going to move into putting it into a little bit of a scale. So we all know our B flat major scale. So let's start on a B flat, and we're going to do 4 little wobbles on a B flat. So that's 4 on the B flat. Then go to the C. So it will sound. Have a go of just those 2 notes first. Alright, great. So we've had a go of those 2 notes. Now we're going to put in D. If you don't find you have enough air, just go between C and D. Okay, great. So now let's just do 2 wobbles, because that's starting to stretch what we can do breath-wise, if we're doing it that slowly. So let's now put 2 wobbles on each note and go up to E flat. Take a minute to sort of process how this goes, and I will demonstrate how it might sound, and then you can give it a go. What you might notice is that it's much easier to get it to sound smooth on the B flat and the C, and then a lot harder on the D and the E flat. That's okay, that's expected. We just want to give a little bit of a go. Okay, so give that a go. Again, it's okay if it doesn't sound amazing, but if you're really, really struggling, just like stop, have a pause. It's okay if it's not fully working. We're now just going to go up 1 more note to the F. So take a nice, good breath using our diaphragms, and 2 wobbles in each note all the way up to the F, where we will do it for as many as we can until we run out of breath. So. Then have a stop. So yeah, have a go. Again, it's okay if it's not going very well, just give it a go. Alright, that's great. I hope that's going well. Again, if it's not going well, just sort of don't think about it too much. Just start with the bits that we did in the first part of the video, just on the breathing and getting this going, and getting control over your diaphragm in order to create that vibrato wherever. So then you can put it into your pieces so it sounds nice and beautiful and dramatic and like romantic as you can put it into your pieces. So yeah, thank you.